Apple themselves has accidentally leaked a cool new feature of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will get major upgrades. Yo, what's up everyone? In today's video, I'm so excited to give you the latest updates on iPhone 15 series. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. First things first, the good news. So, in my last video about iPhone 15 rumors, I touched on how Apple was facing manufacturing issues that could result in the iPhone 15 Pros getting delayed or facing severe shortage of iPhone 15 Pro supplies on the release date. But let me show you the latest news from 9to5Mac. This is what display supply chain consultant has to say. Although several articles have reported that LG Display was having technical issues for the narrow bezels on the iPhone 15 Pro models, our supply chain sources have noted that LG Display has solved those issues. Not to even mention that iPhone 15 Pro panel production is actually higher than iPhone 14 Pro panel production during the same period a year ago. So, if you're worried that the iPhone 15 launch could be delayed this year, you can now breathe a sigh of relief because Apple is back on track. So, there's no more issues, no more delays, and no more shortage. All good. Now, moving on to a little bit of bad news for our wallet. Now, this article says that according to a new Bloomberg report, Apple is considering raising the price of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max. Yep, that's true. As a reminder, the iPhone 14 Pro starts at $999 and the iPhone 14 Pro Max starts at $1,099. This was also true for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. It started at $1,099. iPhone 13 Pro also started at $999, while the iPhone 13 Pro Max also started at $1,099. Whereas this year, the iPhone 15 Pro could start at $1,099 and the 15 Pro Max could start at $1,299, which means there could be $100 price increase for the Pro model and $200 price increase for the Pro Max model. Well, thankfully, the standard iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will start at the same price as last year's iPhone 14 and 14 Plus, which are $799 and $899. And I'm gonna touch on why this is a very good news later on in this video. Moreover, there's a new rumor that says the iPhone 15 Pro storage may start at 256 gigabytes and max out at 2 terabytes. If true, these storage tiers would make the rumored price increase more palatable, at least a $100 increase. However, neither report can be considered solid, so take it with a grain of salt, guys. Next up, the iPhone 15 event is potentially scheduled for September 13th. This article says that multiple sources familiar with the matter told 9to5Mac that mobile carriers have been asking employees not to take days off on September 13th due to a major smartphone announcement. While this doesn't necessarily mean that the launch is Apple related, the company is known for holding its iPhone event in September. As for the dates, if the iPhone 15 event is held on September 13th, pre-orders could begin on Friday, September 15th, and could hit the shelves on September 22nd. As I mentioned in my previous video, Apple is finally going to switch to USB-C port. Now, alleged images of iPhone 15 USB-C connector ports have been leaked online, in yet another indication that the rumor is indeed true. Shown here are USB-C connector ports attached to the flexible PCB component parts that will be used in the standard iPhone 15, 15 Plus and 15 Pro Max. Now, it's time for one of the biggest leaks of the year. So, Apple has accidentally leaked the existence of an action button on the upcoming iPhone 15 Pros. Steve Moser from Mac Rumors was digging through the recently released iOS 17 Developer Beta 4 when he discovered some new code snippets that potentially hint at functionality for the action button. The action button, which could be similar to the Apple Watch Ultra's action button, is expected to be a new physical button that replaces the ring silence switch. The action button would allow users to quickly access various functions and settings without unlocking the device or navigating to an app. According to the code, there could be 9 different functions that users can assign to the action button. Here are the 9 functions: accessibility, shortcuts, silent mode, camera, flashlight, focus, magnifier, translate, and voice memos. For example, in accessibility, you could activate voiceover, zoom, assistive touch by just a click of a button. You could run any shortcut that you have created or downloaded. With the camera function, you could launch the camera app or take a photo or video with a single press of the action button. Another example, you could turn on or off the flashlight. You could activate or deactivate a focus mode. You could activate the magnifier app. You could launch the Translate app or start a conversation or text translation with a single press of the action button. And this one is my favorite because I use voice memos a lot. You could start or stop recording a voice memo with Memos app with a press of the button. Just like a good old tape recorder. iPhone 15 Pro cases have been leaked, you guys, and they definitely corroborate that the mute switch will be replaced by an action button. Here they are in all their glory. Look, there's no more mute switch, and they're in dark green, dark blue, and black. The leaker is this Twitter account called Majin Buu, and they're credible when it comes to Apple accessory leaks. Now, this is personally my favorite rumor of all, guys. The iPhone 15 and 15 Plus will feature 48 megapixel camera sensor, which is currently reserved for the iPhone 14 Pro and Pro Max. It's increasingly certain that the sensor is coming to the non-Pro models too in the iPhone 15 lineup. So finally, after all these years, Apple will finally move on from 12 megapixel to 48 megapixel camera. Are you guys excited? To me, I'm so hyped about the standard 15 and 15 Pro models because not only the standard models will get dynamic island, it will also get 48 megapixel camera and USB-C port plus new interesting color options. Better yet, they will start at the same prices as last year's iPhone 14 and 14 Plus. If these rumors were true and the prices stayed the same, oh my goodness, it's a great value for money. Maybe it's time for everyone, for all of us to upgrade this year. I would really love to hear your thoughts, guys. Would you upgrade this year if these rumors were true? Are you okay with the price increase of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max? Please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the bell so you won't miss my next video. I'll see you again in the next one. Peace.